A Mermaid's Heart. Written by Tamsin Ley. Narrated by Tamsin Ley. Chapter 1. Cruz watched his friend, Jake, run a finger down the bare arm of an over-tanned blonde and say something that made her giggle. The party boat's deck was loaded with inebriated targets, and apparently Jake was determined to bone every one of them. This vacation was supposed to be a diving expedition, and Jake had told him they'd be snorkeling today, but so far no one had even dipped a toe in the water. Cruz caught his friend's eye and signed, "You ready for a swim?" Jake gave him a wicked grin that told him no, and launched into one of his signature jokes. Sighing, Cruz looked out over the glittering water, imagining the sound of the waves against the hull and the cry of the gulls in the distance. Deaf since the age of 7, he vaguely remembered the sounds from TV shows he'd seen. He'd also learned that his voice tended to come off as less than charming, and as a rule remained silent. The scent of coconut body oil wafted toward him, and he returned his attention to the conversation, laughing a little too late, and possibly too loud, at Jake's punchline. A redhead puckered her brows, her sangria-stained lips forming the words, "What's up with him?" Knowing Jake was about to pull the deaf card, chicks dug a guy with a deaf friend almost as much as they dug a guy with a puppy, Cruz forced his mouth into a good-natured smile and signed, "Going lobster diving." Jake lifted his chin in Cruz's direction in acknowledgement and kept talking to the blonde. Cruz strode to the back of the boat and grabbed a snorkel mask. Diving into the blessedly cool water, he kicked toward a rock overhang in the reef. He'd always loved diving. Deafness wasn't an issue underwater. Normally, he preferred full scuba gear, although he did equally well freediving. He had a keen eye for detecting spiny lobsters on the sandy floor, and even made enough to pay his rent one summer, selling them to a local market. Within moments, he spotted a blue-green crustacean. He angled in to snatch it by its carapace, and was ready to shoot back to the surface when he spotted one of the party girls peeking at him from behind a lacy green sea fan. At least one person had followed his lead and come in for a swim. Her long dark hair billowed around her face, and her bright red lipstick shone vividly even underwater. He didn't think any of those women from the boat would actually want to get wet, at least not with water. His chest was beginning to ache with the need to breathe, but he raised the lobster in greeting and made an eating motion. "Dinner?" The woman opened her mouth as if to speak, beckoning him toward her with one hand. She's interested? And she liked to swim, too. Maybe this party boat had been a good idea, after all.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?